How often have you encountered negative and toxic individuals? Have you ever experienced discomfort after encountering a specific person, as if their negativity had tainted your spirit, depleting your vitality and happiness? Have you pondered on how to safeguard your inner peace from these individuals? Perhaps you've attempted to avoid them, yet at times it proves impossible. Or maybe you've tried confronting them, only to become ensnared in their webs of deceit and manipulation. What if I told you there's a method to unveil their true nature and effectively shield yourself from them? Stick around until the conclusion of this video, as through the Zen story you'll uncover the 5 clandestine maneuvers imparted by an ancient Zen master to shield yourself from malevolent individuals and nurture your inner radiance. Prepare yourself for an enthralling voyage to unearth the fortitude dwelling within you. Eventually, you'll grasp the art of self-defense and attain emotional equilibrium and mental wellness. Before we proceed further, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay informed about our latest content aimed at your spiritual evolution. In the shadow of an age-old Jingo biloba tree, while the sun bathed the tiles of the historic monastery in red hues, the elderly monk Kev, his visage marked by wrinkles of profound wisdom, gathered his disciples for a fresh lesson. Life, dear ones, he began in a serene tone, is a winding journey brimming with encounters and trials. Not all whom we encounter will possess benevolent souls. Indeed, there exist malevolent individuals whose darkness can taint our spirits. A tremor of apprehension coursed through the disciples as they reflected on their own encounters with such darkness. How can one discern an evil soul? How do we shield ourselves from its deleterious influence? They inquired of their mentor, with an aura of ancient enlightenment emanating from his gaze. Keb beckoned them closer. Malevolent beings, he murmured, lurk like phantoms in the shadows. They are unafraid of the light, for their very essence thrives on darkness. Yet, we, as warriors of illumination, possess the means to unveil their guise and safeguard ourselves through 5 strategic maneuvers. Thus, we may continue our journey of spiritual and earthly pursuits in tranquil serenity. As the disciples absorbed the monk's teachings, Kev delved into the first tactic, attuning to one's inner silence or intuition. Envision your inner silence as a tranquil lake, Kev elucidated. When confronted with someone, submerge yourself in this lake and heed the murmurs of your soul. If you sense disquiet, akin to ripples upon the lake's surface, it may signify the presence of malevolence. On a certain day, a youthful disciple named Aiko found herself amidst the marketplace, approached by a genial stranger proffering a captivating jewel at a meager price. Aiko's initial attraction was marred by an unsettling sensation in her gut. Trusting her inner silence, she declined the offer and distanced herself from the individual. Later revelations unveiled him as a fraudster who ensnared victims with false allure in nearby villages. His deceitful schemes had wrought havoc upon countless lives, a reality known all too well to those affected. Malevolent individuals, the monk persisted, exhibit behaviors that serve as their telltale signs. They often resort to manipulation, deceit, and aggression in their pursuits. Through control, instilling fear, or weaving webs of lies, they seek to attain their desires. It is imperative to scrutinize their interactions with both yourself and others closely. Should you detect any improper or malevolent conduct, it is prudent to steer clear, lest you fall prey to their machinations. Illustrating this point, Kev recounted the tale of a man engrossed in a significant project, only to find himself besieged by a colleague's disparagement and undermining. Identified as Ken, this individual discerned his colleague's envy-fueled attempts to thwart his progress. With escalating hostility, Ken resolved to address the matter with his superiors. Advised by his astute superior to maintain composure, Ken diligently documented his colleague's misconduct as a protective measure, leveraging his professionalism and expertise to safeguard his interests. Each individual, Kev persisted, emanates their unique energy signature. Malevolent individuals, with their negativity, have the potential to taint our energy fields, inducing discomfort and anguish. To shield ourselves from their maleficent influence and repel their negative aura, it is imperative to erect an imaginary barrier of protection. Envision a radiant white light encircling us, fortifying our inner sanctum. Through this practice, darkness finds no entry, preserving our inner equilibrium. This practice, undoubtedly, serves as a spiritual and motivational exercise, offering defense against external malevolence. Reflecting on a disciple named May, who traversed a tumultuous period, Kev recounted her vulnerability to the negative sway of malevolent forces. One fateful day, amidst meditation, May envisaged a luminescent white shield enveloping her, granting her newfound resilience against surrounding negativity. Henceforth, the malevolent individuals she encountered were impotent against the fortified barrier she erected. Over time, May metamorphosed into a stalwart and self-assured individual, fortified by her inner fortitude. Time serves as the ultimate arbiter, he asserted, unveiling another pivotal strategy essential for defending oneself against negative individuals. Malevolent characters often don masks of deceit, presenting a facade of virtue to the world. Yet, with the passage of time, their true essence inevitably surfaces. It is merely a matter of time. To illustrate this principle, the monk spotlighted a man named Roberto, embroiled in a rivalry for a coveted promotion. Envious of Roberto's prospects, his competitor resorted to spreading slander and falsehoods. However, Roberto, cognizant of the baselessness of these allegations, maintained composure and patience. With time, the veracity of Roberto's character prevailed, leading to his rightful promotion. Meanwhile, his antagonist, exposed for their deceitful machinations, faced expulsion from the company, having failed in their bid to tarnish Roberto's reputation. Compassion, the monk persisted, transcends mere sentimentality. It wields transformative power capable of thawing even the most hardened hearts. This leads us to the next strategy I wish to impart. Embracing compassion towards malevolent individuals doesn't equate to condoning their deeds. Rather, it involves acknowledging their internal anguish. Compassion empowers us to maintain equanimity, shielding us from succumbing to anger or resentment. It's crucial to remember that those we perceive as bad often harbor deep-seated pain within them. Such pain, coupled with frustration, can calcify one's heart. In the village school, recounted the monk, there existed a child named Tio, who frequently endured bullying from certain classmates. One day, inspired by his teacher's guidance, Tio chose to extend compassion towards his tormentors. Rather than responding with indignation, he sought to comprehend their motivations and assist them in alleviating their inner turmoil. Over time, the bully's demeanor shifted, and they began treating Tio with respect. Remarkably, some even forged friendships with him. Reflecting on this tale, the monk urged those present to grasp the transformative potency of compassion. Compassion, he interjected, has the power to move mountains and yield inconceivable outcomes. Kev's disciples absorbed his words in silence, their minds aglow with newfound understanding. Armed with the knowledge of how to identify malevolent individuals and shield themselves from their detrimental sway, they recognized that those labeled as bad often carry burdens of suffering, sorrow, and frustration. Thus, defending oneself from such individuals can inadvertently aid them in transcending their pain. This narrative underscores the existence of malevolence, yet it also emphasizes our ability to safeguard against it through mindfulness, steadfastness, compassion, and patience. The 5 strategies imparted by the Master serve as invaluable instruments in recognizing malevolence, fortifying against its influence and nurturing empathy for the internal struggles of others. Let us bear in mind that authentic strength resides in the radiance within us. It is through this inner light that we can dispel darkness and triumph over its encroachment.